Okay. So hello everybody. We are on Connection School online talk. So thank you very much, Connection School, for inviting me to be part of this um, online event. Thank you very much for invitation, Romeo and Anastasia. So today we are speaking from the Institute of Design in Kielce in Poland. And I would like to share with you some of the project, what we are working on the last time. And actually we start with some project, how actually become that the public space studio has started in the Institute of Design. So slowly we move to the presentation. Already I'm sharing some slides. Hopefully everybody can see it. So Institute of Design in Kielce. Just a second. Okay. So we are in Kielce right now in southeast Poland. And actually, we are in the building of the Institute of Design, which is a part of the Castle Hill, located in the center of the city Kielce. And here's some images how actually the Institute courtyard and surroundings look like. So actually, we will be talking about the public space as well, which is quite a very important issue, especially nowadays in the time of the pandemic. Also here you can see how actually the building looked like before, because we are in the old prisons actually right now, where the office of the public space design is a prison cell. So and actually we are running here in the institute different kind of the activities, and hopefully this kind of activities we can share what you can see on the picture hopefully will happen soon. Of course, nowadays because of the virus, Corona-19, it's not possible to organize events like that. So actually, we have to wait. We have to have some kind of the process of implementing kind of the rules and regulations and the possibility of again meeting people. So this picture is from the past, but hopefully shortly we come back to the situation like that. I mean, also like different kind of the meetings and lecture and presentation what we are having here in the institute. Hopefully it will happen again soon, because now the institute is just working like a more as a close part, just like the staff who are working in different kind of the workshops here. Like I'm from the public space design, and we have the visual communication, ceramic, big ceramic workshop, or different kind of the educational activities for citizens of Kielce, for kids, for seniors. So we are doing with different kind of the education for the design, architecture, but also is very important part that we are trying to make a different kind of the prototypes, proposals for the city for making the better public spaces. We are kind of making the placemaking inside of the town. We are really trying to cooperate with different kind of companies, but as well with a municipality, which actually we are the budget unit of the municipality of Kielce. So I would like to start with the project, which actually we have started work with the public space in the Institute of Design. It was the first project which we realized for municipality of Kielce. It's an urban lunch, the modular system for the market square, the main central plaza in town. So also was very important for us to engage people in the process of design, because we truly believe that we cannot arrange, design the space without the appearance of people who in the future they will be using this area, this place, this location. So it's very important for us to include them in the very beginning process of the design, and actually creating with them together the brief for the space which would like today use it. So the urban lounge has started as a kind of the connection between the cooperation between the citizens, future users, local government, and design and architects. As an institute, we were really trying to combine, to make a cooperation between those three parts, just for better understanding the public space in our town, and also to make it much more accessible for everybody. And also we really wanted to fill in some um, dreams and needs of citizens, of some lacks, of some areas which need some additional activities. So we were dealing with the central plaza in Kielce on the market square, which was revitalized, totally changed after many, many years. I will show you on the next slides. Uh, Here you have some maps and diagrams how actually the space what we are working on look like. It was the area of the market square. Actually, it was just like a more crossing area that people just were passing, not really stopping, because here you can see some historic pictures. At the beginning, it was really like the market trade plaza. And after the Second World War, it was changed into the green roundabout with full of benches and content in the middle of the square. And then in the beginning of 2000, it was changed into the plaza. And it was really like the contrast to that what was before, because people used to come to the market square and to sit on benches, to be in like a little city park, I would say. But then it was changed into the kind of the stone desert, where no activities could be organized. I mean, it was great place to organize like a concert, even like the temporary activities, but like the small activities that we are talking about, I mean, meeting people, each other, chatting, I mean, just observing flow of people in the town. It was really lack of the locations of the areas like that. So we came with the idea to organize the public consultation, and we gave people, citizens, some possibilities to choose and to propose what what could happen in this area, in the center of the town. We organize public consultation as we prepare some models, mock-ups with different kind of activities which could happen in this area. We organize like a wooden blocks. Also, we were prepared kind of having a game with future users, what they would like to organize in this area. I mean, the plaza is very orthogonal, is like, so we also made this game, this possibility of choosing in the orthogonal net and we propose different kind of activities, but also we left different kind of spaces to put activities by the citizens to choose what they would like to have in this area. I mean, we were proposing like chatting, lying, walking, but also we made some kind of the freedom to make some other activities proposals by citizens. And also was important to like the slogan of this action, like you should like take part in this event and make an influence. So also people would have a possibility to have some connection to this area, because they also would have in mind that they were part of the process of the creation, how the area could be organized. So they're writing like also in the context of the memory, how the market square looked like before. So they really were talking a lot about the green, less stone, less concrete. And besides the model, what we did, also we organized like a more standard voting system, what kind of activities should appear, but also for people who could not be, who could not take part in the meeting, consultation, we prepared like the application, which was running for 3 weeks online. So for people who also had some idea to organize this place, to make some activities in this area, they they had a possibility to do it. And actually, after 3 weeks, we did a summary of all the activities and all the proposals what people made. I mean, we did it already like this, like 6, 7 years ago, and we were thinking about like combining the physical meeting on the place, on the location, but also online influence, the online application which users can use it, and to build some new structure for this project. I mean, this is also important in nowadays situation where most of the stuff was moved to the internet for the online meeting. Also, this situation what we are right now, I mean, I'm talking actually to the laptop, to the notebook, and actually I cannot see the audience. I mean, I hope you are still there, but it's a totally different situation that we were dealing before the pandemic wave. So these online meetings, online lectures, online presentations is like kind of important, and the possibilities which we are taking part in. So online applications for creating the public space are also important. I mean, we could say that public space is not only like the physical, but the public space also is digital. So we are creating the social communities, not social communities as a neighborhood, but also social communities on the internet. I mean, all the social media, what we are creating, but I would say is a bit different than like the physical meeting. So the physical meeting is always very needed. And also about this, I will be talking in the next minutes. So summarizing all the public consultations and meeting with people, the spatial bricks, the internet application, the voting, we came up with the brief for the project, where the foundation for the project became the greenery. I mean, it was the most of the what people wanted to have it in this area. So as you can see on the diagram, there are like a proportional voting results, what we had, like one definite next was like sitting, parking. Parking, we are talking about the bikes, not about the cars in this case. We're talking about surfing, reading, playing, speaking, walking. So it was like the most activities what people wanted to have in this area. We came up in the institute with the idea that actually if the greenery, the green part, the plantation is the most important for people in this place, so we should really make fundamentals of the project. So we were treating it as a literal interpretation, but also as a solid interpretation, because we created a system of the planters for trees, which become really the foundation for the other urban furnitures which we were designing according to the citizens' needs. So as you can see, in the context of the place, in the orthogonal structure of the pavement, we arranged the planters for trees and for greenery, and they become as a foundation. And also was important that we didn't have any possibility to make a foundation integration in the pavement, because as a new plaza just after the revitalization, it wasn't possible to put any like a building site works over there. So everything what we could do was just putting on the surface of the pavement. And the structure was like that the planters were like, the load of them was like over 1 ton. So it was easy to keep all the structures together. And actually the possibility of arrangement is endless. I mean, you can arrange in every kind of the configuration which you would like to. Here you see that there's like the green integration. I mean, for us also was very important for us the social meeting, the social possibilities of making some kind of the lounge in the center of the city, where you can relax, sit down, but also meet other people. So we were working with different kind of benches. We made hammocks, different kind of nets or chairs, which you can use it. And to make like the modular configuration, we made like the cubic planters, where on every wall were 16 connectors. So actually on every planter, you can use it every kind of the furniture which we design. The connection is very easy, but also was important because it's a market square, it's a main plaza in the city. There are different kind of the events, so also was important to make the possibility of rearranging this in the future. So actually after every year almost, the configuration of the urban lounge is changed. And because also it's easy, because it's easy to transport it. I mean, you can transport it with a single forklift, and every planter is possible to to slide up the stainless skin, and then underneath you would have the space for the forklift. So actually for every event it's possible to rearrange this urban lounge on the market square. And Actually, because the need of people was so strong, and they were complaining a lot to the local communities about the previous stage of the market square. Like we wanted to really make it as a seasonal structure, seasonal installation. So we started to work in April, and actually we opened it officially in August. And the process was very intensive, but it was possible with the cooperation with different kind of companies and advisors and experts who are doing with the technical issues project. So it was important for us to create some kind of the space where really can find yourself in the center of. And in the first season already it became very, very popular. So people were overloading this space with amount of people. Kids were playing on the net, and it really became also as a meeting point in the town. As you can see here. I mean, unfortunately, in the pandemic time, the installation was temporarily closed, but now we are slowly returning for the again activities in the city, or probably as in all your places where you are now. So this is like the all the elements of the urban lunch, which you can see. This is the actually the picture already from this year, from the uh, April, where the installation was closed, as you can see now, people, and no possibility to use it. But now, slowly, we are coming back again to the kind of life of the public space in the city and possibility of another placemaking. And so the pandemic time was really like the isolation for everybody of us. But the need for interaction is so strong that actually we could really observe like in every country. I mean, you notice all the news from Italy, from Spain, from around the world, how people kind of were inventing how to meet try to meet again, to make some interaction, not only online, not by the internet, but how to make interaction in a physical way, but still in the safe possibility. The most important was to stay healthy, right? And also I could observe it with my kids where they were staying at home. I mean, we had a courtyard next to our house where the kids could play, but the need of interaction was such a strong power that, you know, you see the fence between two courtyards, and even kind of limiting the distance of the fence with 2 meters line distance. The kids still had some kind of the creativity to make some play and interaction. And it was very strong. I mean, in this picture, you really can see our kids and neighbors, and they really would like to play. And for the last 2 months, they've been playing along the fence, and it's still happening. I mean, now we are a bit more opening ourselves, going out again, but for this period of the March and April, we really had this opportunity to observe how people could behave in this new situation for all of us, right? But also we have to be prepared for the next pandemics. I mean, it's not the first one, not the last one. So we really have to figure out and to think again about the public space, how we should arrange it, and about another possibilities, how we can create communication also and interaction in a safe place, because the situations from March and April, May can happen again. Here is like the playground which you cannot use. So kids, parents, all of us, we had to organize in somehow new playground, new interaction, new offices in our homes mostly. But this is already the picture from this morning. So already the public space again becoming active. I mean, you can observe it also in your countries, in your place. Another project which I would like to share with you is Activated City. It was realized last year. So it's a new project. Actually, it was started in 2018 as a cooperation between the Adam Mickiewicz Institute in Warsaw, Faculty of Design, Academy of Fine Arts in Warsaw, and Child Culture Design in Göteborg in Sweden. And Institute of Design was one of the partner and supporter for the location of the project, where students were taking part in. And the task was to make again the courtyard of the institute make active again, because also after the revitalization of the central part of Kielce, it became again bit dried plaza, concerning the history, as it was the prison before. Also, this is the prison, the courtyard where prisoners before were walking. So this became now the courtyard for the institute, and of course was open, was for everybody. I mean, we in like a normal time, we have many visitors from school, from different kind of universities. We are having different kind of the meetings, workshops. So actually the courtyard is becoming the enter space and the entrance to the activities which are happening in our buildings. And all the project has started in Göteborg as a meeting of students, professors, knowing the location of the future projects, different kind of the activities, just to get to know each other. Another part was workshops in Kielce, where we really underline kind of the interaction with the future users, where students could organize the interaction workshops with kids, because we really wanted to make the open courtyard for them, for all the schools, classes who are coming to the institute, to make kind of the possibility of make more activities in this area. So also was the time for building the brief for the project, so for building the important steps to develop all the ideas which students from Göteborg, from Sweden and from Poland had, because like we had very mixed groups, actually, with people from all over the world. So everybody had different kind of experience. Everybody had different kind of experience from their own countries. Also, depending how the public space in every country also looks a bit different, the reaction, connection of people. So other steps were presentations of different kind of concepts. At the end, it became the 7 concepts, how the area around the Castle Hill, around the institute, could work out, how could appear. And at the end, with the board of experts, we have chosen one project which we decide to present it to local municipality. Then we're really applying for the realization of the project, because it's very important to have all the process of the connection with people who are taking part in the process of design. But the most important is to realize it and check it how it works. And also this makes a belief in a future development of the town, because all the stakeholders who took part in all the consultations, meetings, workshops, at the end, when they see the real object, the real space, what before they were thinking about, they really believe that they have kind of the power to change their surrounding, and it's very important. So we truly believe in the Institute that realizing the project, making them physical, checking, testing how they would work in the future is very important. So for us, realizing this project in the courtyard was very important. The students who are the authors of the project, the idea was to combine two, like a historic period of the previous prison. I mean, the prison has started in 19th century, so it was very important to keep some in mind the kind of the important place for people whose families were in this prison, or members of the families who died actually here in the buildings, and combine this historic thinking with the new vision of the institute. It was created the installation made of the metal pipes put in a structure where all people, kids, teenagers could play around. But it's not like the playground, the typical playground where everybody could come, but it's the installation where is needed some kind of the creativity. I mean, kids are the most creative, I think, creature on our planet, so they really can figure out what to do with all those installations. And the idea is to keep also the transparent structure that kind of is a bit hidden in the area of the courtyard. As you can see, different kind of the activities for kids. Most of the work what was done by the group of students, there were like Kasia Moszczyńska and Michał Niedośpiał from the Academy of Fine Arts in Warsaw. And also the municipality decided that there is a potential in this project. So last year we had the possibility to realize it and install it in our courtyard. And so this is what we were. And another thing that I would like to switch concerning this project was kind of the contrast between the internet forum, what we have now, what we actually do. We are on internet. you can see me, but I cannot see you. So also for me, it's very strange situation to have kind of virtual audience with the presentation like that. So this is like a so huge contrast between like the internet forum and the face-to-face meetings. And also concerning this project, Activated City, we faced the problem also of the internet forum. I mean, for one period, we experienced some kind of the social media hate. That forum of the internet has become some part where people who have different kind of opinion about this project put very big impact of the social opinion creation about this public space, which wasn't very positive, but it happened on social media. And in the point when we organize the forum, but not on internet about this project, when we wanted to discuss all the opinions and to get to know more opinions about this and collecting all the information, we organized the meeting where we wanted to share like our knowledge about this project, about the beginning of the project, about all the process. And also we wanted to share with like the, let's say, the knowledge of the project with people who had different kind of the opinion. Suddenly on the meeting like that in the institute, almost nobody appears. So there's so big difference between the creating opinion on internet and creating opinion on the physical meeting. So we really have to deal with this, especially now when all the work, most of the meetings, most of the education has been moved to the online connection. So here you can see how the courtyard look like right now. It's empty, there's lack of people, but we really hope that soon again we would have full of people in the courtyard, and we hope that all the events which we are running in the institute, all the exhibitions, the audience would have the possibility to come back again and to share with us the opinion about the public space, and we hope to create another possibilities of developing the public space in Kielce, but not only in our town, but everywhere. So it's already 40 minutes. That's what we decided to talk about. We decided about talking about just two projects to make some introduction for you, how we deal with the public space, how we try to work, not in like the triangle between the designers, citizens, future users, and the municipality, because the municipality also is a part who is supporting us in those two projects. So if you would have any questions, please, okay, I'm getting some question on the chat. So I would like to, now we would have some time for discussion and talking a bit more about this. Okay, so I've got two questions. I try to read the first one. Today's urban public spaces tend to represent governments and cities rather than people and citizens. We also observe a tendency in the world that public space are set up as spaces for activists and protests. So how can city squares and public places support or inhabit protests through their spatial characteristics and settings? I think that we are in the time when also there is a possibility to make some reset on the public space, to rethink how the public space, the interaction should work like. I mean, we really try to, in our work, to make the project which are the answer for the social needs. So meetings, some creativity, creating some installation which makes some people thinking about the environment. And that's true that actually, especially we experience this, what is happening in States right now about the process, about some not agreeing for different kind of activities of governments or local authorities. So really the public space can be a place for the protest, but we still have to think about how the public space should be safe for us. I mean, it could be the forum for the same for the protest and for the meetings, but keeping still this like in a peace configuration is very important. I mean, also I think the issue is that the public space should have a possibility to be rearranged to the needs of people. So it's not anymore the static space in the city which cannot be moved. I mean, it's not the stone which has to be, it's not a monument that has to be for the next decades or centuries. The public space must be kind of the flow public space should become the space for the flow of people and their needs. And also, as we see in the pandemic time, that actually street furniture, they should be rearranged. They could be arranged in a distance which we need in a specific time and the location. So make a public space flexible, I would say, is the most important for the next decade. And another question, do you have some advice on some literature papers about the sustainability of public spaces? I would say right now, it's hard to say for me right now, but I would say there is a great event which I was taking part in the last year. Every year they are organized placemaking meetings, Europe, Asia, America. So also you can follow the placemaking groups on social media, and there's like a really great samples of all the activities and sustainability about people and the city itself. So for now, I think it's the best opportunity to join placemaking. I mean, I did it last year in Valencia, and in autumn in Malaysia. So it was a great experience to meet all the activities. I mean, members of the companies, of the local governments, to share the knowledge and the experience how to create better public space and to create better life for all of us. I mean, it's very important. Okay, another one, I see. I would like to know if the Institute of Design is funded by the municipality of Kielce. How does it work? Sorry, I saw only the last part of the presentation. I don't know if it was already discussed at the beginning. So I made the introduction about how the institute look like. Maybe I slowly go through the presentation at the beginning. So the Institute of Design is part of the it's a budget unit of the municipality. So all the structure is funded by the local government. We are divided in two parts. One part is like the historic part concerning the prison, which was here before, and another wing of the building is the Institute of Design. So also what I was talking to you about the project Activated City, it was the combination between those two wings, the historic and kind of the future vision of the institute. And institute is the budget unit of the municipality. Most of the activities which we are having here are funded by the municipality, but also we are working with different kind of the institutions, universities, which we are organizing cooperation. So also at the beginning, we had the possibility of EU grants in the cooperation with the technology park, and for the 2-3 years we organized also in the institute Italian design school, which was the project combining the local companies and designers, and together we were trying to develop new structure, new products, new visions for those companies to make a better development in the industrial area. So we are cooperating with different kind of the institutions. So we are organizing exhibitions concerning the design, architecture. We are organizing different kind of the meeting. I mean, we are organizing the meetings with designers, architects, sociologists, with different kind of experts, and trying to look from different kind of perspectives. So I would say also the Institute of Design is kind of the unique institution in Poland because it's created by the municipality, and most of the activities, most of the project what we do, we trying to implement inside of the town, of the city. But I would say it's not always easy. I mean, the institute was founded in 2012, and not all the projects what we are working on were realized. So also it's like a big, long process to force local authorities to realize the project, to make prototypes, to test it with citizens. But step by step, we really try to develop our space, our town, but also we're trying to be present in different kind of the events of the design, architecture, urban in Poland and abroad. Okay, so I don't see more questions. So thank you very much for being with me. I don't know how many of you are there, but hopefully the next time we would have a chance to meet physically, because also the interaction, when I see people, when I see how they react or that what I'm saying, is much more important for me, because nowadays right now I just see the computer screen. So stay healthy, stay safe, and thank you very much, Connection School, for having me here. And see you in the Institute of Design in Kielce in Poland. Very welcome.